The heat beats down in our homelands as Mother Nature decides she's taken enough of our bullcrap with fossil fuels and other left-wing crap. As a man returns from work, a long day at work in the fast food industry, he contemplates and reflects on where he went wrong in life. Maybe it was eating too many ribs as a kid. Maybe it was getting a PlayStation when he was 6. Maybe it was binge watching wrestling literally every day since 2005. Whatever the reason, he realizes his life is at a crossroads right now. What does he do? Does he go and watch Attack on Titan? Or does he play Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain? Life is full of choices. Life is full of consequences. But heart strong and head full of steel, he asks the question that he desperately needs the answer to. Hey, John, want to talk about ponies?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is Rarity Investigates.
And holy crap, I have so much to say about this episode. This episode was honestly probably one of my favorite Rarity episodes.
Rarity, I don't know why, but Rarity, just the way she talked and inflected, I'm watching this episode, I'm like, she sounds so season 1, but in a good way. You know how in season 1 she's like, oh my gosh, she's kind of like, she's like all loud and boisterous. She's like that here, but it was all funny, all adorable, very little, if any, annoyance.
I agree. It was really good, honestly.
Very good. But yeah, this is a cool episode. It's definitely gonna be one of those episodes that people like for art direction because, well, if you couldn't tell by John's picture down there, and
yeah,
I'm rocking Cole Phelps here. It's like the lower third says, all dem 40s. Well, technically 30s too, but all dem 40s references though. Well, that's kind of a shortened version. What I actually wanted to put was all dem 40s references that Brony reviewers and critics and analysts are going to try and say they remember, but really before they go make their video, they're going to go look up the stuff that they think they kind of sort of remember that's maybe on the tip of their tongue because, they don't want to look stupid and they want to look super smart because honestly, no one's that clever and witty.
Exactly.
Just saying. You watch any analyst review that's posted 2 days after this episode came out, and their name dropping stuff like, "Oh, that looks like Betty Davis. Oh, this reminds me of that Marlon Brando movie. Oh, you know what? A lot of people will never really mention, but Charlie Chaplin and some other silent film star I can't remember is, and it's like, shut up.
I'm looking at you, Saber Spock.
You don't watch movies without color."
Yeah, pretty much.
I should know. I watched Wall-E. I love silent films.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
The only black and white show that I really ever watched as a kid was Andy Griffith.
Laurel and Hardy.
You gotta love Andy Griffith. That sorry.
Was great. I know there was my mom raised me on a bunch of those shows. Like I used to, when I was a kid, I would see like Bewitched, I Love Lucy, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This episode was dope.
So basically, this episode starts off, and it's kind of a continuation of Canterlot Boutique, where Rarity just got a new line of a new fashion line.
Oops. Sorry, Bob.
And apparently, it's based off a series of mystery novels. And I forget what the pony's name was. But in all honesty, number one, I can definitely see, I've been kind of thinking ever since Read It and Weep of what do the other main 6 read. And I'm thinking Applejack probably reads romantic comedies or, something of the vein of like The Longest Ride or something like that.
She does cry on the inside.
Exactly. Rarity would definitely be reading mystery novels, if not romance novels.
I always thought she'd be all into the romance and stuff. And in a way, she still is because because I thought about it's not so much that she romances romance, she romances the idea of romance, the look, the grandeur. You know, that's like when she used to talk about marrying Prince Blue Blood. She wasn't so much focused on him, she was focused like on the dress and how everything will look. And it makes sense that Rarity would be a person like Rarity would be inspired by something like, you know, Carmen Sandiego type stuff, because, you know, it's very her. I feel.
Absolutely. And that one red dress, it's totally Carmen Sandiego.
Oh my god.
It cannot be anything else.
I saw that one white dress though that she made, and my thought was, dude, is that Marilyn Monroe? Huh. So the episode, it starts back off at Camelot Boutique, which weird amount of continuity, only because
Sassy Saddles.
Yeah, Sassy Fields, Sally Struthers Saddles is still there. You know, she's rocking the face turn. She's like, I'm a good guy now. And I'm like, okay, cool. Rainbow Dash is like, dude, I don't remember, what was the event for again? It was Celestia's birthday or something.
I don't remember. I think it was just a new line of dresses, and it was made, you know, not only for the mystery novel, but it was also due to some sort of important event going on in Camelot with the Wonderbolts in tow. And
yeah,
here's the thing. When Rainbow Dash barges in, I'm sorry, and I get that it's common knowledge that this is supposed to happen to Rarity ever since Stairmaster, but have you noticed that none of her buildings tend to have any form of resistance to anything anymore?
I know, right?
Just seriously, she opens the door. I'm sorry, even a slamming door should not be that bad.
It's like that much shaking. I'm like, is her house made of glass or is she living in a wooden shack?
Wow. Oh, now
well, I mean,
we're living in a shanty.
I'm serious. You
Now
ever
for a meal. Sorry.
seriously, you ever gone in one of those things? It's like it's like you go in there, you walk on the rickety steps with it's a whole house suspended on like 24 plywood sticking up like this, and it's like, you know, I'm gonna die tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rarity's going on about her meticulous attention to detail, talking about how she idolizes this character in a book who, to my knowledge, has never been talked about before. But I mean,
That's not.
You know, that's no big deal. They threw a Daring Don't out of nowhere, and she became awesome. And she became like an official character kind of to the fans, until they ruined her in Daring Don't, which was Rainbow Dash's slow road to redemption.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she's like, dude, I'm going there as like a replacement in case someone can't make it. And Rarity's like, that's awesome, bro. Give me a high five. And then they go to the place with the people.
They go to the ballroom, and, you know, Rarity's showing off her new dresses and whatnot. And
then she meets Burt Reynolds, Sean Connery pony.
Pretty much. Called Wind Rider, no less. And one of my friends, Flash, he said that he thought that it was like Rainbow Dash's grandfather or something like that because of the same coat color and everything. I was like,
oh yeah,
I never saw the resemblance. But anyway, you know, Dash is just fawning over this guy. Like, this is Wind Rider, one of the greatest Wonderbolts of all time. And I'm thinking to myself, if he's one of the greatest Wonderbolts of all time, why the heck wasn't he in the history of the Wonderbolts from testing 1, 2, 3?
Again, actually, they never mentioned him before either.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm okay with that, because really there haven't been too many episodes focused on the Wonderbolts. I mean, there's been episodes about Rainbow Dash talking about the Wonderbolts and hanging out with the Wonderbolts. But now that I think about it, well, maybe, but I was going to say there probably wasn't a part where Flynn Rider's name couldn't have, come up, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't have a problem with them throwing him in like that.
No, I didn't either. And honestly, I liked the way, like, he sort of had one of those military burkas on with,
Yeah,
all the different badges and all that stuff. Really cool stuff. And he has
that pony's
this
killed
scarf.
people.
He has this silk scarf that's in like a tight Windsor knot. I'm like, that's an interesting attention to detail. And then Dash spills coffee or something on Rarity's dress, and she's like, "Oh, this will never come out. You can never get a stain out of soak." And it's like, "But not to worry." And she brings out this large chest, and she changes into another outfit. I'm like, "Huh?
So that's how she
That,
does it.
yeah, that's convenient." Um, so then it's the next day, and they've been talking about Wind Rider's record and how, you know, Spitfire comes up and is like, yeah, Dash is actually getting close to beating your record. And you can kind of see the gears start to turn in Wind Rider's head like, nah, this little rainbow horse is not going is not going to take my fame.
Rainbow Horse will surpass Old Horse. Fire Horse will say such.
Yeah, pretty much. And so it's the next day, and Soren and Fleetfoot come up, and they're like, uh, apparently Spitfire had to go home because her mother was sick. And I'm like, oh, that's really thoughtful that Spitfire would do something like that, especially
She
right
was
before
she
a show.
was she was still a bitch in Rainbow Falls though.
Yeah, but we didn't mind that episode either.
Oh yeah, and
So,
Soren's back.
yes.
Yeah, and Soren. I mean, this is jumping ahead, but Soren actually puts his hoof down in a few places. I'm like, yeah, take charge. Show them you're not just Spitfires, bitch.
Which, shout out to Mod of Zephyrwing on Tumblr, Tyrannist. I'm sure he was liking this episode. But anyway, so they're like, Spitfire's mom is sick, and she went to go home to help her. And then Spitfire's mom shows up. And it's like, what? And apparently someone had sent a fake letter to Spitfire saying that her mom was sick.
Ooh.
Now, I think I may have found a major plot hole in this episode.
In a pony episode? You don't say.
Here's the thing. Wouldn't Spitfire have gone to her mother's house, found out her mother wasn't there, and start looking for her? And maybe coming back?
Did they mention how far away Spitfire's mom lives?
No, they didn't. And it was kind of haphazardly explained later about the fact that she was going to the Crystal Mountains or something to get a cure.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm like, where did she go?
Yeah. But anyway, Soren and Fleetfoot had asked Dash to help to replace Spitfire for the routine. And, Dash is just going, yeah, it's so awesome. I get to do this. And Soren's just like, Dash? And Rarity's just stops him and is just like, no. Just let her have this moment. And also, one thing in the previous scene that I forgot to mention. Rarity gets this box of gems, and apparently they were supposed to be like spit shined or something instead of hoof shined.
They
or
were
something.
supposed to be like dragon crafted or something, or dragon cut.
Yeah, something
dragon
like
cut.
that.
And she's like, but these were hoof made.
And here's the thing: the male pony is just like, I got a lot of orders on me. I can't really change your order. And here's what I'm thinking. I kind of see his point, because he's just the shipper. But
Shipping.
at the same time, for a guy who works at Amazon, I'm just like, yeah, you totally need to change that order like right now.
Yeah, unless you want to lose your company anymore. Unless you want to lose your company then you better get on that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I discovered the sound effects. I'm so happy.
And here's the thing. You know, he has a full shipment and everything, and then Rarity turns on her charm.
Wow,
And
wow, wow, wow.
do 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 do. Yeah, pretty much.
Damn rolling.
And here's the thing. I'm guaranteeing you right now that if there was anyone, yeah, all right, bro.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I'm thinking that if anyone of the main six wanted to get laid, it would most definitely be Rarity with her charm. I'm just
Totally.
saying.
No, dude, you're not. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. Like, no, you are correct, bro. You are. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You are the yeah.
Oh,
So
also, with this title and with this episode, you know how we said we ain't seen nothing yet with the premiere?
bow, bow.
Even that was you ain't seen nothing yet. Apparently, the story editor for this episode, and possibly the back half of season 5, is again Megan McCarthy. But not only that, get this. It had a story by Megan McCarthy, Emma Larson, Joanna Lewis, and Christine Sonko, and it was written by Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, we got quite an episode here. But anyways, they automatically blame Rainbow Dash for sending the fake letter. And
to be honest,
honestly,
not even knocking all the planted evidence against her. This was pre-season 4. This totally sounds like something she would do.
and also, you know, the one, actually, I have to disagree with that because, yes, there's some things that she's done because of stupid crap, but it's always been the stupid crap that she doesn't want to take the easy road out, and she automatically thinks of the harder way out of things. When yet, in this one, would she really set up an elaborate scheme like that?
Yes, she would. Am I talking to John or Brian?
Trust me, you ain't talking to Brian. Brian would be like, "Oh no, she would never do something like that."
You know, I can totally imagine him doing that. He's sitting next to you, looking at you. He's like, "Dude, come on! You know Rainbow Dash would never do that." I'd just be here, safe in California, going, "Yeah, well, Brian, let's have a chat."
A Brody chat.
Oh, damn it! That was like 3 years ago.
Yes, but it was still awesome.
Oh my god! So the actual investigation starts, and oh my god, Detective Rarity is the best Rarity in the world. Like, seriously.
Absolutely.
She was so funny.
And here's the thing.
She's doing all the stereotypical detective crap too. She's looking him around, you know, leaving no stone unturned. She's sniffing things for no reason. She's getting in people's faces. She's the good cop. She's like, huh, She's got the little micro glass stethoscope, whatever the heck that's called.
Yeah, the the monocular or whatever.
The bad guys are like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, you're lying, Morgan.
And here's the thing, you know, kind of even going before that, Soren actually talked about what would happen if Dash was found guilty. And I'm like,
expulsion.
you know what? In all honesty, though, it actually brings more credit to the fact that the Wonderbolts is a pseudo-military group.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
seriously, that would be equal to a dishonorable discharge.
Which,
you know?
I mean, well, I was gonna say spoiler, but I'm assuming we've all seen the episode. Which happens at the end of this episode.
Exactly.
And I just want to skip to the. I mean, they're finding out there. She finds like a bit of Rainbow's hair, or whatever, and she's talking to Pete. She's talked to. There's this corroborating evidence against Rainbow Dash. My favorite part is where they're talking to the guards, and Rainbow Dash has a funny ass line. She says, where were you on the night of last night at 12 p.m.? And I'm thinking, isn't that today? Clearly, Rainbow Dash doesn't know anything about time.
And yet she's in a reserve group that probably... She's in a reserve group that probably operates on military time. How does she not know this?
Come on, John. We all know Rainbow Dash can't math.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, wait. How did testing 1, 2, 3 work? She can't do anything unless she's flying or something.
Yeah, probably. And here's the thing. The visual of this whole scene, I'm just like, that shadow and lighting effect is absolutely incredible. Just the way the shadows and the light cast off each other, it just looked so good. I'm sure animation buffs are eating it all up. Also, another shout out to Grant Pudet, who talks about how Flash is done in MLP. Anyway, so again, Rarity breaks out her charm. And she's just like, being a royal guard must be thankless work. And if you ever were able to get a break, you'd probably take it.
Oh my God, they just don't even care with Rarity anymore. They're just like, you know what? Just make her the enchantress everyone jokes her out to be.
Pretty much.
I mean, legit, dude. Like that. I don't care how many years I watch the show. I'm still gonna be like, this is a kid's show, right? When stuff like this happens, just because it's different when Disney does it, because they've done that forever. But it's different when MLP FIMUC does it, because it's like, look, I know Lauren Faust made you to be accessible to everybody, but come on, it's still the show about ponies.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but I know that it's subtle enough, but at the same time, most parents would be like, they are putting way too much into the sex appeal here, aren't they?
I'm just saying, it's... I love this show.
I know. So awesome. But anyway, so they find out that the guards took a small break and had like a cake or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what that cake was. It had like 4 layers to it.
And it was like, we'll just call it the cake, because it does also reference Mystery on the Friendship Express. Mm-hmm. And I also have to say, was it just me? Or, quick question, did you watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Back when Drew Carey was with it?
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorite games on that show was where they do the little soap opera noir thing. I was totally reminded of that every time Rarity went into a monologue.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, just have Ryan Stiles or Colin Mockery just step out and say, I didn't know what he was going to say, but I knew it was going to be funny as hell, or something like that.
Oh my God. I liked Whose Line Was It Anyway? Every time I've watched it, it's always been funny.
Oh, yeah. The best thing one of the best lines is scenes from a hat. Things to say to start a fight. Riot Stylist comes up. You guys want to fight? Or things George W. Bush thinks during cabinet meetings. Colin Mockery comes up. There isn't even a cabinet in here. Anyway. Thank you, audience. Thank you. You're trying.
No, but so yeah, so they go to the place with that pony lady that talks funny but cool, and it's like, hey, you seen the cake? And she's like, yeah, I sold it, but there's this. I like this part. There's this pony that's wearing this coat and whatever, and the scarf that hit her voice, but her voice was raspy. And Rainbow Dash asked her, "Whose voice is raspy?" And I'm like, "Oh, you finally acknowledged that your voice is raspy. Thank you."
And then the same lady is like, "Yeah, kind of like yours."
Kind of like yours.
I'm just like, but that's not a deep and raspy voice. That's a high-pitched and raspy voice. Lady, what are you on?
Yeah, this is a raspy voice. It's not even Solid
me.
It's not even Solid Snake. It's Batman.
Just imagine a Batman Metal Gear crossover.
Metal Gear.
The big boss and the Dark Knight teaming up for the first time ever.
Kept you waiting on everything that was said would sound like it'd be said by a death metal singer. Yo, that'd be awesome.
Speaking of that video I showed you the other week, that was You're the one that I want, metal version, and just all of a sudden, just looking over. Yeah, just like I got chills. They're multiplying.
You know what the thing is? The music in that was actually really good. The episode. So jumping pages a few. Rainbow Dash is like, Rarity, you don't know what you're doing, bro. And she's like, you've got to trust me, waifu. And Rainbow Dash is like, and she's like, you ain't my waifu. What are you talking about? She's like, follow me. I've got the hunch. And so she goes up to the place with the people, and she's like, everybody, I know who did it. It was that dude.
Wind Rider, apparently.
Wind Rider. And everyone's just like, what the fuck?
Oh, man. And so she goes through it all Monk style, because Monk is another
author. That dude. That show was on forever.
I know, but it was so good.
It was a good show.
Anyway, so it goes on to say, apparently, to save Wind Rider's record, he bought a cake, which, remember, it's a silk necktie that got part of it spilled on his coat, on his silk necktie. He went to the guards to get the guards away for a moment to cut a part of Dash's hair and put it on the ground. And she was saying, the way that we shed our hair, we don't shed it like that. It's in chunks. It's not in it's not straight like that. And I'm like, so I guess you're definitely used to how you treat Opal when she sheds, because you shed the same way. Just saying.
That's really unsettling.
I know. Just saying. And anyway, so, she pulls out the tie, and yes, there is the stain there. And this reminds me of something, again, from my childhood, not just Carmen Sandiego.
And not just the drum roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's one of John's favorite songs.
Anyway, so Snakeskin, I don't know about you, and audience, I don't know about you guys. But did you ever hear about a radio series called Adventures in Odyssey?
No.
Okay. Well, it was with a company called Focus on the Family, and it was this radio program that would go through like different life lessons and stuff like that. And one of my favorite three-parter episodes was called The Perfect Witness. And it was this teacher who was one book report away from getting his tenure. So he staged an elaborate plan to get a report from one of his students who was one of the brightest that he ever had, use that book report to get his tenure. So how it was staged was they went into the bookstore when they knew that his girlfriend was there, took his girlfriend's knapsack, stole a book, and took a blind girl as a hostage, thinking that, she's blind. She's not going to be able to help the police at all. They drop her off. They don't hurt her or anything. But through the course of the three-parter, she's able to kind of sketch out a roadmap using her what she heard on the car ride to the hideout and back to the police station. Basically being like, we crossed over some train tracks. We kind of sounded like we were on a highway for a bit. And then the hideout building was near a demolition site because of one of the machines that she heard in the background. It was really interesting to see. And at the end, it's all because this teacher wanted his tenure, for his job security and all that. And I'm thinking, that's the exact same plot of this episode. You probably want to keep record. So we staged something elaborate so that they could keep record. Just saying.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'll have to let you spit some time because it's actually really good. Which, speaking of, Spitfire's been gone this whole time. So
yeah.
I'm thinking, where in the world has Spitfire flying off to? Sorry, bad reference. And did you notice that there was another Wonderbolt that looked just like Spitfire, except with the
I legit thought that was Spitfire. I'm like, what the? Okay. I guess it's just not Spitfire. So they find out, they're like, yo, Flynn, or I keep wanting to call him Flynn Rider and keep thinking of Tangled. So they keep calling Wynn Rider. They're like, hey dude, so you're gone, so bye. They discharge him. He admits why he did it. Rainbow Dash speeds off to find Spitfire in the Crystal Mountains, where evil takes its form. Mm-hmm. Wait, I don't think any of you guys listen to that band. And she brings him back, and they're like, hey, now would you like to fly with us? And she's like, happy dancing, happy horse dance. And Rarity's like, I never did get that Pegasus's name. And then the episode ends.
Yep. So that was really investigates. Honestly,
okay, hold on. I've always wanted to do this. Ready? Okay, everybody, it's verdict time.
Yes. This episode, after seeing it a few times, I'm just like, yeah, this is good. This references everything I like about noir settings, about my childhood, and all that stuff. And honestly, it pretty much passes Dog and Pony Show in my eyes as being my favorite Rarity episode. Which is rare for me to say.
Shots fired!
Yeah.
They don't have an air horn effect, so I can't, you know. Beep, 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 beep. No, I mean this episode was.
I was up to. What about you?
You know, at first watching it, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. I liked it. The pacing was a little rushed for me because I was hoping there'd be more of that investigator Rarity thingy, just because it worked really good. It was really entertaining, and I liked when Rarity was piecing together how she found out Wind Rider. I'm like, dude, they just put over Rarity as like the smartest one right now, or as one of the smartest members of the main six right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, that depth perception.
So, yeah, good episode. What would you?
So, I don't know. See, I liked it, but I didn't like it. I didn't think it was super amazing. I think I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 only because while it was a fun episode, it wasn't like a really great episode either. Although my watching experience was tainted, I couldn't find it on YouTube, so I had to watch some commentary. So I had to watch some guy watch it on commentary.
That sucks.
But honestly, I mean, the whole selling point of that episode was Rarity. But Rarity wasn't really the focus of the main episode. Wasn't really. I mean, she kind of shared the spotlight with Dash, and she did take the star role. But I don't know. I felt like it could have. Maybe take some time to, I don't know. Maybe build up Wind Rider a bit. Probably cut out that opening scene and like show Rarity and Rainbow Dash already there, and have someone rush out dialogue expedition like Twilight does now.
Mm-hmm.
my only real problem with this episode's pacing. I mean, it looks good, it sounds good, and it's written good, but you know, but it's good. To me, it's not great, so I'm giving it a 7.5.
Awesome. So yeah, that's our review of Rarity Investigates. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, next week is going to be fun as well. I don't even know what's coming up, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm just happy that season 5 is back, honestly. It's kind of nice to have ponies again, you know?
Yeah, it's not. My life was so empty. I'm kidding. All right, cool. Well, we'll see y'all later.
All right. Peace out, Dragon.